You know that feeling when a compliment lands like a whisper and vanishes? It happens all the time, but the reason is simple. Most people never learn how to speak in a way that actually feels real. Today, we're breaking down 8 phrases, rooted in timeless wisdom and modern understanding, that make a woman feel profoundly seen. Not flattered, not manipulated, just understood. Your perspective always changes my own. This isn't your average compliment. Most focus on appearance, style, or surface charm. Sure, beauty grabs a glance, but it can't hold a gaze. What truly stays, what truly pulls someone in, is the mind. That's why this phrase carries weight. It tells her that her words have meaning, not just her looks or her aura, but her thoughts, her insights, her unique view. Ancient thinkers grasped something crucial about human nature. We value those who challenge our thinking, those who make us view the world through a new lens. Modern psychology echoes this. It's called cognitive intimacy, a deep bond formed through shared ideas and meaningful exchange. This connection doesn't rely on appearance, but on how two minds engage. When you tell a woman, "Your perspective always changes my own," you're saying her mind has impact. You're confirming her ideas are influence, not just background noise. Here's the truth. Many women aren't recognized for their intellect. They hear about their beauty, their form, their clothes, but their inner world, their opinions? Rarely. That's why this acknowledgement feels so exceptional. And the exceptional is remembered. This phrase tells her, you don't just speak, you provoke reflection. Your viewpoint is distinct. You introduce concepts that challenge me. You expand my thinking. It creates a deeper respect. It forges a link based on mental interaction, not physical impression. Imagine this. She shares a simple observation, an opinion, a story. Most might just nod, but you absorb it. You let it reshape something within you. When she realizes her thoughts can alter yours, she feels valued on an entirely different level. A woman who feels intellectually respected will always remember who made her feel that way. This also reflects on you. It shows you're open, thoughtful, and appreciate depth. You're not just waiting to talk. You're listening to understand. That kind of listening is rare. Curiosity is a powerful foundation for connection. This is unspoken proof you're not merely attracted. You're inspired. And inspiration is unforgettable. So when you say, "Your perspective always changes my own," you offer a compliment that touches her mind, her identity, and her sense of significance. It's subtle, deep, respectful, and uncommon. That's precisely why it lingers long after the conversation ends. You elevate everyone near you. There's a quiet power in this phrase, even though the words are straightforward. Most praise targets appearance or minor traits. People constantly hear "beautiful smile," "you look great," or "love your style." But hardly anyone hears about the positive effect they have on their surroundings. And that's why this one resonates so deeply. Studies show we form our strongest bonds with those who make us feel we matter. This phrase does exactly that. It tells her, you don't simply exist, you create improvement. Think about that. Most people move through life wondering if they make things better. They question if their presence means something. And they often never hear a word about it. So when you tell a woman she elevates everyone near her, you're reaching a part of her heart few ever touch. You're saying she isn't just liked. She's meaningful. She inspires. She lifts a room's energy simply by being present. She encourages people to think bigger, feel safer, or smile easier. This isn't about beauty or possessions. It's about her core character. People don't forget praise that touches their identity. This says, you make others comfortable. You motivate growth. Your calm or positive energy affects everyone. Most women don't hear this. Many quietly question their value. So hearing this feels like someone finally sees the truth she hoped was visible. This also shows you're attentive to her impact, not just her image. You notice how she interacts, supports, and treats people. That kind of attention feels rare and safe. It shows your emotional intelligence. A man who sees subtle influences like kindness and empathy stands out immediately. This praise also acts as a mirror. It reflects the best parts of herself, the parts she may not voice but hopes are seen. When you tell her she elevates others, you show humility and awareness. People don't fall for the loud or flashy. They fall for those who make them feel valued. Said sincerely, this creates a silent moment where she feels unexpectedly understood. Moments like that become memory. Very few women ever hear this. And that's exactly what makes it unforgettable. Not because it's extravagant, but because it's true. I see the dedication behind everything you do. A lot of praise in the world is shallow. It sounds pleasant momentarily, but never reaches the heart. People are accustomed to you look good, nice hair, or pretty dress. Those feel nice for a second, then fade as if never spoken. But this phrase, I see the dedication behind everything you do, is completely different. It goes deeper because it doesn't applaud her appearance or anything temporary. It applauds something requiring time, energy, and heart. Timeless wisdom suggests people crave recognition above all. Specifically, being seen for the work behind the success. Modern research agrees. When someone's effort is acknowledged, it triggers a deeper emotional response than praising the result alone. Why? Because effort is personal. It's the late nights, the stress, the perseverance no one sees. When you notice that, you're seeing the part she usually keeps hidden. This tells her something powerful. You are not invisible. I see what you invest in your work, your life, your choices, and I respect it. Imagine, most only see her finished product, the good grades, the polished result. Hardly anyone sees the journey behind it. This shows you see both the surface and what's underneath. It says she is more than the outcome. It says she is someone whose diligence matters. It tells her the part she thought was overlooked is finally recognized, and that resonates differently. It also builds a feeling of safety. When someone notices your effort, you feel you can be fully yourself. You feel appreciated for who you are, not just what you produce. Here's something key. Very few men offer this kind of praise. Most stay surface level. But when you use this, you show emotional maturity. You show you pay attention to character, not just looks. Most people miss this. They see the obvious, but you don't. You see what's behind the curtain. You notice the details that matter, and that alone places you in a different category. In a world chasing quick attention, the person who sees genuine effort becomes unforgettable. Your presence alone improves the atmosphere. This phrase is special because it speaks to an influence most people never recognize in themselves. Some individuals brighten a room just by entering, not by being loud or performative, but because their mere presence shifts the energy in a quiet, natural way. That's the power this phrase recognizes. Research on emotional influence shows one person's mood and energy can shift an entire environment. This kind of impact creates stronger, longer-lasting bonds than physical attraction alone. So when you say, your presence alone improves the atmosphere, you're appreciating something she probably seldom hears. People might compliment her beauty, outfit, or talents, but her presence? Almost never. That makes this rare. This tells her, you bring calm to noise. You bring warmth to coldness. You lift the mood without effort. You are the person others feel good around. It's the kind of compliment that makes someone pause and think, no one has ever told me that. Because this emotional presence can't be faked. It flows naturally from who she is, her character, her kindness, her energy. It's the small unconscious things she does. Most never see that, but you do. And that makes her feel understood in a new way. Imagine she doesn't say a word, yet the room feels different, lighter, warmer. People relax. Conversations flow. And you noticed. This also tells her she doesn't need to perform for you. She doesn't need to be perfect. Her natural self is already enough and impactful. That's a powerful feeling in a world where people often feel they must do more to be liked. This offers validation she didn't ask for, but deeply appreciates. It shows your emotional intelligence. You're attuned to the energy she carries. That creates emotional closeness because you recognize a part most people miss. Very few compliments feel as pure and sincere. So when you say this, you're giving her a truth about herself she likely never knew. A truth that will stay with her. I respect your unwavering commitment to your values. This praise goes far beyond calling someone confident or strong. Confidence can be loud or even faked. But conviction is different. Conviction is quiet. It lives in a person's values, choices, and actions. It's the part that remains solid when the world tries to shake it. That's why this phrase touches a deeper place. People admire confidence, but they connect to conviction. Wisdom tells us loyalty grows when we respect someone's core principles, their internal code. Psychology agrees, stating that moral identity is a core, powerful part of who we are. So when you say, "I respect your unwavering commitment to your values," you're recognizing something sacred. You're appreciating what guides her decisions and her sense of self. Most praise achievements. Very few praise integrity. So this reaches a space often untouched. It tells her, you're not easily swayed. You don't bend to please. You live with purpose, not confusion. This doesn't just make her feel good. It makes her feel seen as a person of character. And that is rare. Think of how many people change to fit in. So when she meets someone who says this, it's powerful. It honors her backbone, her internal strength, her ability to hold on to her identity even when it's hard. That is deeply respectable. This also communicates something about you. It shows you value inner strength and are drawn to authenticity. People remember moments when someone recognized their integrity, not their looks, but their character. Character is built through experience, pain, and growth. It's the part we secretly hope others see. When you notice, it builds trust and emotional safety. She feels she can be herself around you. So when you tell her this, you give a compliment she won't hear from many. That makes it unforgettable. You're acknowledging the strongest part of her, the part that defines who she is. And praise like that stays in the heart. You perceive what others overlook. This phrase is powerful because it touches a part of someone's identity almost no one discusses. Many people move through life quietly observing details, emotions, and patterns, but they're rarely acknowledged for it. It's a hidden skill, a silent strength. That's why this resonates so deeply. Psychologically, people feel special when someone notices a quality they secretly value, something internal and subtle, not obvious like beauty. When you say, you perceive what others overlook, you're telling her that her awareness matters. You're saying she sees the world differently. You're saying she has a mind that catches what others miss, making her feel uniquely seen. This says she's observant. She reads between the lines. She listens with her intuition. She sees feelings in eyes, tension in voices, small shifts in energy. And you're recognizing that. Most overlook this quality because it's quiet and internal. It's a trait only thoughtful people notice in others. So when you see it in her, it tells her something important. You're truly seeing, not just looking. You're paying attention to depth. Most compliments women get focus on the obvious. Smile, body, outfit. Those are fine, but they don't stand out. They don't make her feel unique. But when you praise her perception, everything changes. It tells her she has a mind that sets her apart. Here's an interesting part. People who notice small things often feel overlooked themselves. They think no one sees the depth of their mind. So this feels like someone finally recognizes that hidden, sharper part. It shows your emotional intelligence. 2. It shows you value awareness and attentiveness. That makes you stand out instantly. When she realizes you appreciate her perception, it builds trust. It means you're paying attention to who she is, not just how she looks. This feels intimate because it's about her inner world. It tells her she's not just attractive, she's insightful. She doesn't just live, she notices life. That's a trait most don't even see in themselves, let alone have acknowledged. So, when you say this, you give a rare form of recognition, the kind that makes her feel understood on a level most never reach. And that's how you stand out, not by trying harder, but by seeing deeper. You inspire me to grow into a better man. This phrase is different because it doesn't just describe her, it describes the effect she has on you, and that makes it incredibly powerful. Most praise talks about looks, personality, or skills. But this is about something deeper, how her presence changes your direction and standards. This isn't about who she is externally. It's about who you become when she's around. That's rare. True influence isn't about control. It's about elevation, making people rise simply by being near them. Studies on growth-based connections show this is one of the healthiest, strongest forms of human bonding. So when you say, "You inspire me to grow into a better man," you're telling her she brings out a part of you that makes you proud. She doesn't push or pressure. Her presence makes you want to step up. You're not saying she completes or fixes you. You're saying, "You inspire me. You motivate me without trying. You make me see what I could be." And inspiration is unforgettable. Think, how many people truly motivate us to improve, not by criticism, but simply by their grounded, passionate energy? Very few. That's why this hits deeply. It also tells her something meaningful about herself. She has a positive impact. She elevates her environment. She doesn't just take up space. She affects lives. This shows you pay attention to your own growth. It shows you're someone who wants to evolve because she inspires it. This creates a healthy dynamic. You're not putting her on a pedestal. You're acknowledging a beautiful truth. Some people spark something inside us we didn't know was there. When she hears it, she feels powerful in a gentle way, powerful in her ability to create positive change. People rarely hear they inspire others. Most don't realize their effect. So hearing it feels like a revelation. It makes her think, my presence has meaning. My energy has impact. Those realizations build emotional closeness, trust, and respect, and they stay in memory. So when you say this, you give one of the highest compliments possible. It's rare, meaningful, powerful, and unforgettable. People don't fall for compliments. They fall for feeling profoundly understood in a world that barely glances up. Use these phrases with honesty and respect. Remember, the strongest connection isn't built with perfect words, but with genuine attention. If this resonated with you, please like this video and explore more on Winds of Thought.